Boston and Tampa Bay, guys. Michael Wacha going for the Red Sox and Corey Kluber for the Rays here today. I got some definite thoughts on this game, but I'll let you guys, hammer this away first. Jeff, let's start with you. Boston at Tampa Bay. One thing we know for sure here, guys, there will be more Red Sox fans at Tropicana Field than there will be Rays fans, as we know when the Yankees or Sox come to town. They have a chance of getting maybe 25 or 30,000, but 75% of those fans will be wearing red and blue today. So, Jeff, thoughts on Boston, Tampa Bay?
Yeah, I mean, pretty good pitching matchup. I mean, obviously these guys are, getting a little older, obviously, particularly Kluber, but Walker's been great. The concern, though, is 5 walks over 9 innings. That's got to be something that, maybe a little bit cause for concerning. It's a pretty, solid lineup. Obviously, we know the Rays have the ability to hit, small ball, that sort of thing. You also look at, Boston against Kluber. I know that BaseWinner is going to tell us that he doesn't care about any of the individual matchups, even if there are 20, 30 at-bats against someone. But either way, they hit Kluber pretty well. I didn't have much in this. I kind of leaned Kluber, but, Walker's been solid. This is another game I had a tough time with. Like I said, I thought this card was tough. I didn't see much edge in a lot of these games. A lot of the lines are just they didn't jump out to me.
Yeah, you're right, Jeff. This is one of these games that I ended up making 4 plays today, and there's only maybe one that I feel like really strong with. But I felt like, okay, let me give this a shot and breaking it down here. And for me in this game, this is more of a play against Kluber for me. I think he's a regressing pitcher. This guy was injured last year. He missed, 3 months of the season. And then when he came back last July, this guy had 1 win. That's it. Just 1 win. He had some disastrous outings. And early on, people looked at this guy and they thought, oh, Corey Kluber, he's back. Well, he had only 2 decent outings the entire season. That was before he got injured. Both of those outings, and one was a no-hitter, as we know, and another one, I believe, was a 3-hitter. It was against Detroit and Texas. And then he hasn't won a game this year. So think about it. This guy has not won a game since last July. To me, I think we've seen the best of Corey Kluber in the rearview mirror. And on the flip side, Michael Wacha, he's one of those guys that can be very good at times, and other times you're just not so sure what you get. But I'm leaning towards the Red Sox because I like Wacha against the Rays. That's his former team. If you remember, he pitched for the Rays last year in the postseason as well too. But you're right, Jeff. The Boston bats are good against Kluber, so that's why I do like the Boston.
It's a solid price on Wacha. I mean, especially if you don't like Kluber, as you alluded to, he's kind of his best years are by him. And again, if Wacha could just keep the runs down, keep the base runners off, I think it's a pretty decent play with some plus money.
Yeah, it's a live dog, and that's why I took it there. Like I said, wasn't really crazy about the game, and when I started diving into it, I said, "No, this is a good spot." And for me, guys, I don't know about you, but I like teams, especially good teams, coming off of losses, and a lot of my plays are based on that, as well as going with good pitchers and going against bad pitchers. So that's my philosophy, and I have a few games that roll into that motto today. BaseWinner, some thoughts on Boston, Tampa Bay?
Yeah, I'm with you as far as the pricing goes. I've got it priced at Tampa at -112. So really kind of a good value based on the way I priced it. And real quick, both these guys are 70 percentile by my 3 metric ratings since last June. I've got Wacha at 84, so he's 45th out of 150 pitchers. I like Kluber though as well at 94. He's kind of like mid pack of starting pitchers. So like you say, well, gosh, you have it priced. Your model has it priced at -112. Why aren't you going with Boston? Well, there's really 2 reasons. First of all, the stuff plus for Wacha so far is in the 14th percentile. That's a little concerning for me. Kluber is in the 62nd percentile with his stuff plus number. So that to me is like, okay, that was a little concerning. But it's hard for me to play against the Tampa Bay Rays because there's things that, even as detailed as I get with my modeling, that I don't think the model picks up, and it has to do with pitch usage. It has to do with the how maybe like I think more like pitch calling and when you get to the back end of the bullpen, they do such a good job like with their matchups, and you can model that, but it's really tough to do. And as much work as I do doing the models, I think there's stuff that I don't pick up that's favorable to Tampa Bay. So if I like Tampa Bay, I'll back them. If I don't like him, I got to kind of take a gulp and bet against him. So I just felt like, well, with all the other games on the card, I'm not going to make a play. But if I had to, I definitely would go with Boston based on the pricing.
Jeff, how would you like to sit in an algebra class next to Mark or behind Mark? I mean, he'd be a good guy to cheat off of, don't you think?
Nah, he'd be the guy I'd beat up probably.
I'd be like, do your own studying. Jeff,
I'd say, get out of my way, Four Eyes. I'd put him in a locker. No. Listen,
he's
just
the right answer. I mean, that's the question. It sounds good, but
I don't know if he'd want to fight me though. Like I look like I'm all studious and stuff, but man, I can throw some weight around.
No, but the thing is, I'll tell you this, and this is the thing where I think Mark and I would be a good tandem if we were, whatever we did in life. I think it's important that you not only have some book smarts you can read, but you don't get suckered, you don't get beat on things. I feel like I'm pretty aware with that kind of stuff. Just because you don't hang in the streets doesn't mean you don't understand them, and you have to kind of be willing to have common sense. Not that Mark doesn't, but I think him and I would be a good pair with that. He's kind of more analytical. I'm a little bit more forward thinking, common sense thinking. So yeah, I think I'm only kidding. I wouldn't beat Mark up. I don't even know if I could beat him up. He seems maybe.
I don't know. I've never met you. Maybe you could kick my ass.
No. Listen,
I'm going to be a referee between these. I told you that last week. Here we go. We'll have to set something up here. Who knows? Maybe it's arm wrestling. Maybe it's a food contest. Maybe that's what it is. This is the competitive nature with you guys.
Oh, I'd beat him in that. I mean, I can eat.
All right, man. We'll lock me down for the Boston Red Sox today. Plus money with the Sox. Hopefully Michael Wacha gives a good performance against his ex-teammates. It'll mean a lot to him today. Boston plus 137.